Right, okay, so welcome back again to the channel. We're back on the Overlander build. Right, today it is seating area build. The seating area is going to go here. Now, on the original plans, the seating area is quite small, but the customer wants it to fold down to a bed for occasional use as well. So, we have to make it a little bit bigger. It's looking to be this long, possibly even 180 long, and 1 meter out from the wall. So yeah, it's actually going to come out to there, so it's going to be quite big. In fact, that line there is where it's coming out to. So the channel in the middle of this bit between the kitchen, so between the seating area and the kitchen, is going to be quite narrow. However, I'm going to draw what I'm going to make. I'm going to draw it so that you can see what my plans are with it, because again, on the original plans it's got a single pull-out drawer in the middle of the seating area. I'm going to change that. It's going to have 2 pull-out drawers that are much bigger, so the entire underneath of this seating area is going to be a pull-out drawer, which then also means that when it pulls out, it's a step to get into the bed as well. So I've got to try and figure all this out. So how I'm going to do it is, I'm going to build the drawer section of the seating area first, and then build the seating area on top of it. Because what we've got to do is we've got to make sure that it's secure. There's also going to be water tanks as well that are going to sit on top of, underneath the seating area. Underneath one of the seat bases, there's going to be a water tank. So we need to make sure that that drawer section isn't going to warp or bend when it's got all that weight on it. So it's going to be quite a task. But I bought all the drawer runners. We've got heavy duty drawer runners with locks on and all that kind of thing. It probably won't be able to pull out that far because it'll be able to pull out as far as the kitchen really, so about there, but it will still be a massive amount of storage. Anyway, I'm going to draw that. Let's go. So we're going to have 2 drawers. Let's say they're going to pull out like that, even though they're not going to have knobs on. 2 drawers, and then I'm going to build a seating area up like this. This drawing's really bad actually. So that's 2 seats there, and then there's going to be a table leg and then a table that goes across, and then this table is going to drop down and sit in that gap and then make it a bed. However, we're limited with space, so I'm going to try and make it a good bed, but also not have it overlap on this door, which is here. But also we want a bit of a space here for some cubbies, things holding keys. There's going to be overhead storage all the way across to the bed, and then we've got the unit that we just made there with the hole in the middle and the bamboo, and then we've got that big cupboard there that we just made with the cupboards in there. So that's what that section is going to look like. It looks like a 2-year-old's drawn that, I appreciate it. But anyway, I've got to concentrate on this bit first. So all I'm going to do is make a box now that looks like this, and then I'm going to put the drawer runners in, and then we're going to put some drawers in there. So that's going to be a standalone bit that's going to be installed in the van first, and then we'll build up all the seating area afterwards. That's the plan anyway. Right, okay, so yesterday I finished the seating area off. Didn't finish it. That's not true. I did that. Nowhere near finished. I've got. I'll show you. One sec. Right, okay, so I've got. I'll show you around it basically. There's a few bits I need to finish on it to make it better. There's the drawer fronts. As you've seen, I've made the drawers. Put me there. Yeah. So 2 big drawers like that, and the lockable as well. And then this one comes out. It's going to have a lid on it also, so you can use it as a step to get into the bed. The cupboard fronts are going to be made of that Valcromat stuff with the topology patterning. So that's on order. So they're going to wait for the drawer fronts to be done. So that doesn't need to be touched. As you can see by the seating area, tons of storage in there. However, that's going to house the water tanks. The water tank's going to cause me a bit of problems, I think, because I'm going to have to get baffled water tanks as well, because we can't have basically 400 litres of water sloshing about under them seats. And this thing rocks as well. When I tell you this thing rocks, even just me moving side to side, like this much, you're going to see, like the thing's moving, like, and that's just me slightly moving a couple of inches side to side. So you can imagine how bad it's going to be when it's actually off road and all that. So I've got to really think about that. Anyway, that's what the seating area looks like. The dinette. There is. I've got some more of the black flooring to go there. I'm going to do that myself because I think I'm a flooring guy now. I repaired that bit, so I'm going to put that in there at some point today. Seat cushions are going to get ordered. I've sent the examples off to the seating upholstery guy, Dave, DCP Interiors. So I think he's going to come at some point today to measure it up, and then we'll get them ordered. It's just nice to have it done. The mattress, in fact, is arriving today as well. Mattress Made have made that for us. So although we're nowhere near ready to do finishing, I just wanted to get everything ordered as soon as. A couple of other things. The fridge has now been upgraded by Vertifrigo, whatever they're called. They brought out a new version of the one that we bought. So they're sending us a new version, and it's like £100 more, but they're letting us have it for nothing. A couple of other things. I've been testing paint as well. Obviously, most of the wood in here is going to go black. I've been testing paint, and we've not found one that is good enough. The one that I bought for this van is just grey, basically. It says black, but it's just grey. So I've just been and bought some Johnson's Aquaguard durable satin finish. I've just tested it on a piece of wood, and it is actually black, which is good. Really tough paint as well. So as you can see, I've masked up a bit of this wall here. I'm gonna paint this seating area and possibly that bed front, depending on how carried away I get. I might paint a bit more. I might paint that unit, but I hate painting. It's my least favourite job. But anyway, I hope you really like the seating area. I think it's brilliant. The bamboo worktop is arriving today as well. And although we're not ready for a bamboo worktop, we are ready for a table that drops down in between those two seats to make that a bit of a bed. It's in total it's 170, which, you know, is just less than 6 foot, maybe 5.5 foot or so, maybe a bit more. But that is basically what the customer wanted. They didn't necessarily want a full-size bed here. So anyway, it leaves this area here, which on the CAD drawing is nothing. So what I'm thinking about doing is making some sort of other unit here, maybe like a bookshelf type of unit, a shelf unit. And then the next thing I'll be working on will be overhead storage, which is going to run across here. Now, what I want to do is, I don't want, in the original plans, it goes all the way across from there, across there. However, we've got a pop-up plug socket and stuff going here. So I don't want to impede that. So what I'm thinking about doing is building a shelf here above that so they can put things in it, and then starting in line with this bed, we start the overhead storage and we end that in line with this frame here, and then here we have cubbies that are for putting keys in and bits and bobs in, as per the plans. So the plans are good, but we're just varying some things a little bit just to make it more practical. And then inside here, the backs of these cupboards are going to get carpeted, and the inside should be painted, I think. Obviously them doors are coming off because we're having the topology doors on, but I got carried away. I don't even know why I did that. I just got carried away with it. Anyway, loads of progress this week so far. We're on Thursday now. I've got a funeral tomorrow, so I won't be in. So if I can get some paint down today and we can make this start to look something like it's going to look, like the finish. We can't start building a kitchen until the fridge arrives because the fridge is going there, so that's the first thing we build. So what my plan is to build the fridge unit, because it's going to be boxed in and there's going to be a TV on top of the fridge and all that. I'm going to build the fridge unit first, then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to build the shower, so that those two things that definitely need to be definitely that size are in and done. Then I'm going to fill the gap with kitchen. That's my plan. I think that's going to work out much better rather than... Yeah, I'm just going to do that. I'm going to do what I want. But it's going to be a wonderful kitchen. The CAD drawing's now changed a little bit, so I can probably show you the CAD drawing at some point. Now I've got used to working with CAD. The only thing I've learned is to spin it around so I can see 360 view of it. So I'm basically a CAD technician now, you know what I mean? Right, so great, good bit of progress. I'm really happy with this week. So I mean, you've seen the time lapse. I've been building the seating area and I painted it. So here's what it looked like. So I didn't quite manage to get that lot painted over back, but I'm not too fussed about that just yet. That can wait. The bed front is painted only because I painted the seating area and then just carried on to the wall. But as you can see, there's two great sized seats. I even managed to do the flooring, matching this flooring. I'm a flooring guy now, which is exciting. And then you get to see the first sort of glance at the bamboo, which is going to be the worktop throughout this van. And I'm going to replace that piece there so all the grains go the right way. In fact, no, it won't work anyway, because that's going to be going the other way, and that one doesn't matter then. That piece can stay there. I might replace that with some fresh. I've got to give this a coat of Osmo oil to protect it, but it's looking good. I just can't wait to get them drawer fronts on so it sort of completes it. I was going to build this unit here, but again, I've done a few coats of paint on this. I've had to do the flooring, I've had to do some bits and bobs. I think I've done enough for this week. I'm going to sneeze, hold on. There you go. That's it for this week. I'm going to end this video here. Bumper week. Some great progress going on. Next week, the hatches have arrived for the garage area, which match this one, but for down there and down there. So we're going to be opening this up next week, which is a daunting prospect, but we're going with it. And then also, I've got to order, just forgot about this actually, I've got to order a window for this door. I mean, it's no big drama, I've got plenty of other things to do in the meantime, but that's that. What am I waiting on for kitchen? I'm waiting for something for kitchen. Oh, fridge. Yeah, I'm waiting for fridge before I can do kitchen. So there's plenty to do. I've got to do the ceiling as well at some point. That's gonna darken things in here a lot because there's gonna be no reflecting coming off ceiling, and also it's gonna be a bit of a faff to do because it's such a big area. So that could be also a thing for next week, and then maybe do something with this bit of wall here as well. Probably carpet that, ready for the other feature bits on it. We've ordered the Velcro mat. That should be tomorrow, and then we've got to send it off to another company to have it some stuff done to it, and then we can get it back and then start cutting cupboard doors out. So they'll probably do them ones first and then these ones down here. that'll be the experiment to see how it looks actually, because although we've done it on test pieces, we've not actually done it on a piece for the van, so we'll see what that is going to look like. That's going to look so good. The black and the brown is going to look so good. I'm excited about it. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, go subscribe now. There's loads of videos on this Overlander coming, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.